Welcome to Zen in a Moment, episode 39 with Zen Crier DeBrook. Today I want to talk to you about how fear is guidance. It is not something that is real. In fact, I actually love the acronym for fear, which is false evidence appearing real. When you think about that for a second, false evidence appearing real. The reason why I love this one so much is because it's so accurate. Now, you know that I have separated fear from there's a physical fear like a tiger chasing you and adrenaline and everything that happens, fight, flight, or freeze, right? But there's also the biggest thing that we're struggling with here on this planet as human beings is mental fear. And mental fear is something that you're not born with. Mental fear is something that is created through your programming when you're a child. And nobody means to do this to their children, but whatever my parents' fears were, for instance, mine were making the bills meet at the end of the month. You know, my dad had one paycheck, and by the end of the month, it was tough. You know, lots of rice and beans. But the thing is that, so I picked up that fear. I also picked up fear of other people. We were always building homes in neighborhoods that were beyond what we could afford, and building them ourselves. And so everybody, all the neighbors and everybody else kind of, my mom believed we're talking behind our back because we didn't have the Mercedes, we had the Chevy truck and all of these things. And I picked up a fear for that. This is the kind of thing that mental fear is. And you have mental fear too, that you picked up along the way. And these mental fears, they are programming, and you can make up a story. Your mind makes up a story about things going wrong. Things are going to hurt you, not making it in the world, not being loved in the world, all these various things, and that fear is closing. All right, it's closing. Now, what that means is that it's not true or not going to happen. Whenever you feel a lump in the throat, a tightness in the chest, or a sick feeling in the pit of your stomach, these are signs that what your mind is producing is not true or not going to happen. We call that closing. For more information, go to mymindspark.com. And you can do the video exercises there and get a feel for what I'm talking about. It'll walk you through openings and closings and listening to this internal guidance system when you're feeling fear. So your mind makes up false evidence that appears to be real, very real. In fact, when I was first learning how to use the internal guidance system, it took me a long time to believe and to realize that what my mind was producing was the thing that wasn't true. And I could make as much evidence add up to the story that I was telling myself, and it would seem very, very real. And the truth of the matter was, it wasn't. I, for years, had this thing that my dad didn't love me, didn't like me, and definitely proved that to me by the way he treated me differently than my brother and all these things. And I had tons of proof that the two of us were really struggling, and that there was definitely something that we didn't appreciate, love, and like each other. And once I realized that my dad didn't know how to raise a girl, and that caused a lot of the hiccups and pressures between us, the whole thing changed. It was as if it just evaporated like a fog does on a lake when the sun hits it in the morning. It just beautifully evaporates. And that's how that whole situation went down. The evidence was there, but it wasn't true. It was only from one perspective. Now here's the cool news. Fear is actually guidance that what you're thinking in the moment is not true or not going to happen. So I use this right now in the world to figure out who to listen to and who not to listen to. I've got some dire predictions that I'm hearing about the economy and food shortages and things of that nature, and they open me. We are going into a time when these things are going to be happening. It opens me. And then there's a bunch of stuff that's being generated that close me. And they're not true. So I use this to be able to plan and prepare. It's guidance. And also to let things go so that I'm not afraid, because those things aren't true and they're not coming my way. Everybody, when they're using the internal guidance system, wants to just find the openings. And we forget that the closings, and I'll make the list, closing is stress, worry, fear, anxiety, overwhelm, frustration, irritation, doubt, procrastination, impatience. There's all aggravation. All of these things are always closing. which means what you're thinking is not true or not going to happen. Now, if you go to Smart Soul Academy, and I hope that you do and you join and become a member, I walk you through the solutions for everything that I just listed so that you can immediately pivot your mind away from what's closing you, which is fear. All the things I just said, when you get down to the bottom of them, are fear, and how to pivot them and get your opening so you have the guidance you need to move forward in your life in the way that is actually going to serve you and bring you to the most amazing place that you're supposed to be living your purpose and giving your gifts. So as you're moving through the world, one of the best things, and this is in the My Mind Spark video series, mymindspark.com, one of the most amazing things is to just stop when you're feeling fear and say, I'm closed. That means what I'm thinking is not true or not going to happen. And you're going to feel this little opening happen, this slight relief of the tension or the sensation of fear. Whether it's in the stomach, a lot of times it comes into where the solar plexus are, or it's at the top of the chest. Okay, you're going to feel a slight release. That's an opening. That means the thought that you just had, what you're thinking is closed, that you're closed, and what you're thinking is not true or not going to happen, that thought is a more true thought, that is more on the path of where you're supposed to be moving towards. All right, you'll feel it. So fear is guidance. That you have false evidence appearing real, being generated by your mind. So today, when you're moving out through your world, really look at the fear that you have and the thoughts of what they are, and use the I am closed. That means what I'm thinking is not true, not going to happen. And notice the opening, and then look back at the thought that was generating that and realize that that thing is false evidence appearing real. All right, I love you guys. You have a fantastic day today. I am sending you love and blessings. Are you feeling stuck? Are you in your own personal Groundhog Day? I know what that feels like. And I want to let you know, if you're enjoying the Zen in a Moment mini pods, I have something even more profound and powerful for you. I have a community that I've started, Fear Free Human Collective, and there is a free level. It costs nothing to join. In that free level, you'll get a free trial of our 14-day quick start program called the Fear Free Mind Experience. You get the first 4 days of that. And you also get access to our membership area where we have a general discussion, where you can meet other people who are using their internal guidance system. And I have a monthly masterclass that I do where we take on a topic every single month where you examine your closings, and I share with you how to get rid of closing thinking. You know, for instance, I know one month that we did is the self-sabotage, all the thinking we have that's negative about ourselves and who we are and what we do and what we're accomplishing and how far along we are in life. And we get together and we will explore that and release all those closings and find openings. I want to have you come and join this program. It's free for you to join. If you want to do more, you can. It's super affordable. But at least come join the free and be around people who are like-minded like you and who are learning to use their internal guidance system. I want to enjoy this with you and have you be a part of this, because if you're listening to this mini pod, you're special and you have something to contribute to the world. And I want to know more about you and what you're here to do. So go to BeFearFreeNow.com and check out what we have to offer. Check out the people in the community. You'll get to see our members in our membership directory, and you're going to get to you'll find that the people who are attracted to the internal guidance system work are pretty awesome. They're very special. I hope to see you there. I'm sending you love and blessings. Go forth and have an amazing day.